Businessman Romain Belgrove says nothing much has happened since he first complained about the hazards of a container structure that was erected next to his business. Mr. Belgrove reported the matter to the Planning Department late December. The department confirmed that it contacted Mr. Othniel Heiliger, the owner of the property and business next to Mr. Belgrove's, informing him about the container structure and that a letter would have been sent to him. But according to Mr. Belgrove, that was all he was told by planning, and he has not been able to get any indication that concrete actions will be taken to have the structure removed.
Because since the official complaint and since the last report that we did here, I haven't seen anybody come here to say anything to me. Nobody has really reached out and let me know what the position is with the situation. There is one guy, well, I called a guy at the building board and I asked him a question and he gave me an answer, but it wasn't really nothing too much to go on. Another guy who worked there, he just reached out and he told me that they would be having a meeting and he would try to find out what the outcome is and get back to me. But other than that, nobody really came and officially said anything to me and said, well, this is the procedure and this is going to happen, that's going to happen. Nothing. And as you can see behind me there, the container is still there. And from what I gathered, is that the owner for the container, he refused to move it. He said he's not going to comply. And he was written a letter, so I don't know what happened after the letter. I'm still waiting to find out.
Mr. Belgrove said he has not spoken to Mr. Heiliger about the structure as they are not on good terms. He described to SK Newsline what transpired after our last story was published on the matter.
I prefer not to say anything to him. He's the kind of person that you don't really want to talk to too much because he has a stubborn attitude, if I must say. And at this point of time in my life, I'm trying to be at peace and I'm not trying to get in anything with him. So before I speak to him and the conversation got on the wrong road, I prefer not to talk to him. I left the dog bowl out one afternoon and I come the next morning. I see he tried to cast some concrete to say that he is strengthening the underneath area for the bottom container. And I know he deliberately cast in the dog bowl. So I had to go and get another dog bowl, and that is the length this guy is willing to go. He's even taking it out of my dog, casting my dog bowl for no reason. He could have just moved the ball out of the way, but he willfully cast it in. So I just decided not to say anything to him because he's, to me, it's like he's trying to irritate me. He's trying to get to me for me to do something stupid.
Several calls by SK Newsline to the Planning Department went unanswered, and Mr. Heiliger has since told SK Newsline he did not want to comment on the matter. Mr. Belgrove said his only option at this stage is to pursue all legal means to have the matter addressed. In the meantime, he and his staff at his tire shop are working with caution.
The container is still there over our heads and it is dangerous. I have workers coming here, I have customers coming here, and some of them have expressed their concern about it. People meet me on the streets all the time and ask me, what about the container, if it moved yet? And sadly I have to tell them, no, it ain't move and it ain't seem like it's gonna move no time soon. All we could do really is just to look and listen, because most of the times when we're under the shed working or we're in the workshop working, we can't see. So we just have to keep ears out. If we hear any funny noise or any rumbling, we just got to try to safeguard ourselves and probably just get out of there in quick time before anything happens. I mean, we know from time to time we have some little tremors and stuff like that, and God forbid we have a little tremor and we don't know what's happening on the outside and then the container fall while people under the shed or in the workshop. I mean, these are the kind of things that we have to talk about. My concern is the safety of myself, my workers, and my customers.
Andre Huey, SKN Newsline.